Hey everyone, how's it going? So I am here with a carbon fiber steering wheel from Shell. So this is the full rounded carbon fiber steering wheel with a texturized carbon fiber cover around the steering wheel, scroll wheel, and also the centerpiece on the bottom there. This is their newest, latest carbon fiber piece. So now they have a third option on top of the gloss finish and matte finish, which I think looks really amazing in person, as well as the texture when you place your fingers on them. They do come with the heated feature if you have that option in your vehicle. So the heated feature is around the leather part or Alcantara. I do want to mention this is a core OEM Tesla steering wheel from the factory. So it has all the imprint, all the certification. This is straight from Tesla. Shell, what they do is they modify the actual wheel itself, but the core, the safety, and the actual rigidity of the structure is there. This also have the red stripe. You can actually order it with 3 stripe, so red, white, and blue, and you can also do 2 stripe if you like that look. I did go for the gloss finish. I just think it looks better in my opinion. You do have grooves around the back of the steering wheel just to contour with your fingers. So it has ergonomics in mind, that is. So when you rest your hands on the steering wheel, it feels very comfortable. It suits your thumb if you have the 9 to 3 position, as well as the 12 o'clock position or the 7 and 5. The scroll wheel itself is black aluminum, just like the latest model Y and 3. Structure wise, this casing in the top front here is OEM as well, and we'll show that later in the install that it has the Tesla serial number embedded. So there's no issues with regards to my concern around safety. Now that's my opinion, because if you buy this from, let's say, Alibaba or Baba Express, sometimes the steering wheel does not have that T logo, or in most cases I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where people would say they purchased from a third party on eBay, Baba Express, Alibaba, Wishlist, or wherever they got it from. During the installation process, I did notice that on the backing of the core, there's no T logo or serial number. So just be careful when you're purchasing these type of modified steering wheel that it is from the OEM core from Tesla factory. Very critical. You might pay a couple $100 more, but it's well worth the safety, knowing that everything will fit flush and so forth. So let's get this installed in the Tesla Model Y Performance. Hey everyone, how's it going? So I'm here with the Tesla Model Y Performance. I will be swapping out the steering wheel for a full carbon fiber napa leather steering wheel from Shell. First, what you want to do is remove the front cover covering your vent and unbolt the two 10mm from your front behind the bumper on top of the front tray, and then 2 underneath the tray where you will put the rug. Then you have 2 10mm on each side of the Hepa filter. So 1 on each side of the HEPA filter. You want to remove those as well, and that will allow you to lift up the HEPA filter after you lift up the front. There is also a clip between the front that attached to the windshield fluid, and you want to remove that with a pry tool or a flathead screwdriver. That is all you need to do with regards to the bolts and the clips. Now you just need to remove the emergency latch cover, push it towards the vehicle, and then lift up, and now you can lift up the front. And then move the front to the side. And now remove the HEPA filter. Then disconnect the 12-volt battery, the negative and positive, and then the main battery pack. Now going back into your car, and before you do all that we just mentioned, make sure your car driver's door is open and the windows down. Okay, next you want to locate a hole between your steering wheel on the left side, and then there's one on the right side. So you want to place a flathead screwdriver in there, or a hex tool that is at least 4" in length. Press in either simultaneously. For some people, you might need to do that. In our case, since we've already opened up this airbag before, or not opened up, but removed the airbag, we poked it on one side and then the other side to release the clip that's holding it in place. Then you simply just pull it slightly towards you. Make sure to do it gently. There is a wire connected to the actual car itself. So that yellow plug right there, you want to place either a small flathead screwdriver just to unlatch or push the pin down for the top and push the pin up for the bottom. And once you hear a little click, that means it got loose. You may have to do it simultaneously as you wiggle it out with your other hand while you're poking at the hinge itself. Next, open up the 10mm socket. So you do need a long wrench, or at least I recommend a long wrench for this, because you need to break it. Originally, it is about 58 pounds from the factory. So you need something stronger than 58 pounds in terms of the torque wrench that is. Next, after you got the bolts removed, take out that burgundy plug, and same process as you did with the yellow plug. That is it to remove the steering wheel. Fairly simple, right? So next, the more tedious part is that you need to transfer everything from the original steering wheel to the new steering wheel. So it essentially are just two items, the wiring and the actual horn housing adapter, so those plastic clip. And from the top, you want to use I believe this is a T20 Torx screw that you need to unbolt on the top, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. The bottom 2, or at least the bottom left, you actually have to remove the plastic housing first, or at least loosen it up from the back. And by doing so, you will have the ability to be able to unscrew it. So right now, what I'm doing is just using a flathead screwdriver, pushing on the plastic clip from the back of the steering wheel until it pops inward. So you do that for all 3. And once you got it loose, just like how you see here, those are actually the horn housing to activate the horn. And then you can unscrew that last bolt on the bottom left. So once you have done that, you will now take out the whole cover, including the scroll wheel. You just slide it towards you and just wiggle it, and it will eventually come out. So there's no other screw that you need to worry about. But let me get the light back on. Okay. So with that, after you're able to access all the screw, you just pull it straight out. And then just unclip the one wiring, which is for your heated steering wheel if you have that. So make sure you unclip that. Now with the actual housing, you will move this to the new steering wheel. And just make sure everything that you pull out, all the screws, are safely stored in a cup holder. I usually put it in the cup holder, it's in the console right there. And then get the new steering wheel over. You will go ahead and place this onto the new steering wheel. The thing is, with the new steering wheel, you actually do have to remove the scroll wheel as well to be able to actually put in the horn housing and the actual wiring harness. So Henshaw, the ability to sell it at a cheaper price is because they're using your OEM wiring, which I prefer to use the OEM wiring and the airbag. So you have the same reliability as if you were to have a Tesla OEM steering wheel. Again, this is an OEM core, so the whole steering wheel itself is from Tesla. They just modify the actual wheel itself to be carbon fiber. So right now I'm just removing the actual scroll wheels covering from the actual steering wheel that I will be installing. And again, there's 4 screws that you need to take out before you can actually install the actual wiring harness and the airbag harness. So take your time with this. I know there's a lot of videos out there where people rush through this. I mean, if you're trying to switch out the steering wheel, just plan at least a couple hours. Some people say they can do it in 10-20 minutes. You probably can, but the high chance of making a mistake could be causing you additional time if you miss a step. Okay, so again, there's OEM parts in the new steering wheel as well as the old steering wheel. You just want to switch over the wires and the airbag housing harness. The scroll wheels exactly the same state in the back. It's from Tesla, so everything is still OEM, original equipment manufacturer with the car. So you don't have to worry about warranty issues. And once you install the new housing and wiring into the new steering wheel, just plug everything in. Those plugs that we removed from the other steering wheel, the OEM steering wheel, it actually was a yoke steering wheel, but then all the wirings and plugs for the airbag housing came from the OEM steering wheel. We just basically transferring from the OEM steering wheel to the yoke and now to this full carbon fiber steering wheel. So there's really no difference. If you want to use the OEM scroll wheel, basically you don't need to transfer any wirings over. You just unbolt the 4 screws, the 4 hex screw, and then move that over to the new steering wheel. So in this case, I'm using the new steering wheel with their scroll wheel as well as their carbon fiber 3D texture carbon fiber cover for the scroll wheel as well as the bottom piece. I end up transferring the wires over. And make sure you transfer over the metal lock clip as well. I didn't demonstrate this in the video, but that metal wire that looks like a old hanger wire over before you actually install the wiring and also the airbag lock mechanism. So we'll place it back in the steering wheel, make sure it's lined up. There is a groove, so watch closely where you press in the steering wheel so it lines up straight and vertical, or however you took out the original steering wheel, it should be in that same alignment. Now tighten it with the Torx screw, so again around 58 pounds. Once you hear that clip, you're good to go. And that is it. Now, the important part, make sure you press in the horn housing clip right there, the three circles that you see. Make sure those are pressed in completely and you hear a click. And then plug in the airbag yellow cover, and then the burgundy cover plug I already plug in. That's for the scroll wheel and for the heated steering wheel. And you're done. So if you're interested in this steering wheel, check them out, link in the description. Also use the promo code to save you some money. It ranges between $500 to $900. Thanks for watching. Catch you all next time.